Now to our coverage of the COVID-19 pandemic. The federal government has received another shipment of the Oxford Astrazeneca vaccine to continue its second phase of vaccination rollout across states. This shipment of 501,600 doses comes as some Nigerians are experiencing a delay in getting their second jabs of the COVID-19 vaccine in the last couple of days. Kemi Balogun reports.
The goal towards ensuring equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines globally continues through the COVAX facility. After months of global vaccine shortage, there were fears that the fight against the pandemic could be at a standstill due to vaccine inequality. But now, vaccines seem to be coming in at a regular rate to ensure vaccine equity for all, especially Nigerians. This latest shipment, donated by the government of France, is part of contributions towards ensuring that the availability of vaccines in Nigeria is improved.
The donation of over 500,000 doses of Astrazeneca to Nigeria is a demonstration of France's confidence in Nigeria's ability to work not only as a partner, but also a very critical ally when it comes to the global fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Nigeria's vaccine storage facilities have remained efficient and well maintained, as you saw earlier. No standards are being compromised in logistics requirements for effective management and utilization of all COVID-19 vaccines available in Nigeria.
The President is very much aware of the necessity to make vaccine available to everyone all over the world. For the time being, there have been a big discrepancy between vaccination in the northern countries and vaccination in countries like Africa. Of course, in Africa, you have been dealing very well with the pandemic.
The continuous shipment of vaccines like this from the COVAX facility is part of efforts to deliver at least 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines globally by the end of 2021.
We are looking forward to having at least 40% of the Nigerian population vaccinated by end of this year using different vaccines that are approved by NAFDAC.
The Apex Agency on Vaccine Distribution believes that this regular shipment of vaccines will go a long way towards making sure that Nigerians get their jabs, as the government also puts in place measures to ensure monitoring and accountability of all COVID-19 vaccines shipped into the country. Kemi Balogun, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, let's now speak with a virologist, Professor Oyewale Tomori, who joins us live via Zoom. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7, Prof. Well, the nation has now received an additional 501,000 plus COVID-19 doses. How would you say the country is actually faring in its vaccine rollout exercise?
Making progress slowly, but not fast enough. And it's still unfortunate that we're still depending a lot on donations. I heard this last one came from France. Yes. We don't know where the next one is coming. I think a deliberate government approach to actually purchase those vaccines without money will be something we're looking forward to. We thank the government for whatever is happening now. It's a slow progress. I think the next thing is to ensure that people go for the vaccine. They're coming in trickles. Then let people go out for them.
All right, but as it is now, about over 6,000 COVID-19 cases of side effects have been recorded by Nigerians who have actually been vaccinated. Do you consider this could in some way affect people's openness to receiving the vaccine?
I think it is important to determine what the side effects are. I mean, if you're talking of people having pain at the site of injection, mild fever, all those things, those are things that are normally expected from every vaccination. So it's not really something to worry about. If we're getting severe side effects that send people into hospital, then you should be worried. But I think the government should also be able to, with this large number they're talking about, you should break it down to exactly how many of them are just mild side effects, And that will encourage people to know that this is something expected. And I think you should be happy if you're getting the vaccine and you do a little bit of fever. It shows your body is working and is reacting to the vaccine you're getting. So I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's something to let you know that, yeah, this is expected and it's happening.
All right. And what is your take on Nigerians' reaction to the vaccine and generally the regulations guiding the COVID-19 virus? I mean, the precautions.
You know, I've always said that this issue we have, it's not the government business alone. Like I always say, it's not the government that transmit the disease. It's me and you who will not follow the non-pharmaceutical interventions that are encouraging the spread of the virus. And the more we let the virus spread, the more we get mutants of concern. So vaccine alone is not the solution. The major thing is prevention, and the prevention is by wearing of masks. The disease is still around, as you can see from some of the Nigerians that are going out of the country, who allegedly are supposedly negative, but are testing positive when they get over there. So we still have the disease around, and people should be aware that we have the problem still with us. Please wear your mask, wash your hand, keep away from large crowds, so that we stop the transmission of this virus and the creation of variants.
Okay, very quickly, let's talk about the UK relaxing its rules regarding Nigerians who are traveling into England, now recognizing vaccines, administered here in Nigeria. What do you make of that development?
I think the people we should thank is the Indian people, Indian government, that confronted Britain, and Britain was then forced, let me use the word forced, to accept the COVID shield, because that is the crux of the matter. Now that they have accepted it for India, then they have no other reason not to accept it for Nigeria. I think that the acceptance came only yesterday, but before that wasn't the issue. So now COVID shield is accepted because of the pressure put by India on UK. And so we're reaping the benefit of that. However, I think it is important for us to know that there are other criteria which Britain put and which we need to address. Like, for example, on the card that we are getting, I'm told they're discussing with the MPCDA. The card we're getting requires you to have your date of birth. The cards we have right now don't have that. And also, when you have some of your people who supposedly are negative out of Nigeria, testing positive over there, they create a lot of respect and a lack of trust on what we're doing. So our people should be careful. Don't go out there and start collecting fake results. You are being unpatriotic, and you're creating problems for other Nigerians.
I'm afraid that's the much to be able to take, Prof. Professor Oyewale Tomori is a virologist. Thank you very much for joining us on TVC News at 7.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.